The Gunbar water pipeline delivers filtered Murrumbidgee river water to properties covering 300,000 hectares on the vast northern Hay Plains. The pipeline was funded through Murrumbidgee Irrigation under the federal government's water efficiency program to replace open channels. With flexibility in design and the ability to use the latest technologies on and off farm, the pipeline gives customers a secure supply of quality water and has delivered savings of over 20,000 megalitres in the first 2 years of operation.
So since the scheme has kind of come through, we've been able to put more laneways in, and so laneways pretty well going to most or nearly all paddocks soon, and watering points at each end of the laneway. So if you let sheep out after shearing or anything, they can walk out by themselves pretty well and get a drink on the way. We've got a camera at each trough in the paddock, so you can look on your phone and you can actually see water in the trough and the float up on the tank. So it gives you the peace of mind that sheep are watering and not bogged, for one. We've got water storage on farm and you know it's going to be there every day, whereas beforehand we got it delivered twice yearly. Sometimes, I think a couple of times it only came once. Water quality improved dramatically. You can see the bottom of the trough, it's clear as anything, you can nearly drink it. Original allocation was about 80 megs, but estimated we used about 500, and then on this scheme you think, well, we're using about 25, so that's about a 95% saving.
With the telemetrics adds a level of sort of security to the system. Cameras on most tanks, there's the one in the background here, it takes photos at a set time during the day, so you can actually see the water point as well as getting a constant tank level. I think it's updated every 15 minutes. So we've got a very good idea of whether there's a leak or the tanks are empty or going down, and if they're going down when they shouldn't be, you start looking for problems.
Well, we've got fire hydrants every 10 k's along the main lines, so you can just drive up there and hook up to these hydrants and fill the truck. It'll fill the truck like the one behind me in probably a couple of minutes. Whereas in the old days we'd have to drive up the ground tank and back down and lay pipes out, and somebody could get bogged or that, and in the middle of the night it would be a bit of a nightmare doing it. But now it's really efficient and it really enhanced our bush firefighting capabilities.
Since we've been on the new pipeline scheme, we've seen a great sort of increase in the quality of the water, the pressure. So here I've got a native garden, which is all native plants that have regenerated with the water system. So a lot of the plants had started to die with droughts. Living out here when you do have dry years or when there is sort of hard times, when you can come home to a garden that just has that cool, fresh appeal, it just does a lot for your sort of sense of well-being.
Is that we now have far more reliable water supply available for watering stock. The local land services also has telemetry points set up on the 13 stock watering points that we have in this system, which enables us to accurately monitor how much water is in the tank, how much water is being used, and that obviously results in major savings in the amount of time travelling, going out, looking at stock watering points and monitoring stock, etc.
Hay Shire Council recognises that we're really fortunate to have a scheme like Gunbar Water within our region, and we know that other regions will aspire to be able to deliver water efficiencies just like Gunbar Water does for our region.
Gunbar Water, improving the lives and well-being of people in rural areas and remote communities.